Last night, the number one defense in the NBA, the young, exciting Houston Rockets, faced off against the number one offense in the NBA, in the Boston Celtics, and they got demolished. Jayson, Tatum and company showed up to Houston to prove a point, and they got their point across all night long. They were attacking the mismatches early on, with Jrue Holiday going right at Alperen Sengun, and then finally, later in the game, getting Jayson Tatum going downhill, attacking mismatches. That is Missoula ball, and that's what they do at their very best. They didn't even have Jaylen Brown tonight, and they won by 20. I know Jabari Smith Jr. was out for the Rockets, but still, this is a statement win for Boston. People were like whispering, "Hey, is this Boston team not legit anymore? They're 500 in December, and yeah, they came out and proved a point last night. Let's take a look at how they did it. So as we just said early on, they were attacking mismatches, and it was Jrue Holiday going right at Alperen Sengun. He does it twice in a row right here, gets off to a really hot start, but then the Celtics start to kind of go cold. So now the offense starts to stagnate a little bit, and they will get into their pick and roll series, getting Jayson Tatum here into a pick and roll, getting the mismatch they want with Jalen Green, right? Because Dillon Brooks, he's one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. So we're going to get him off of Tatum, and now we've got Tatum getting downhill against Jalen Green, who's not the best defender in the world. Like we said, we're going right at Pritchard here in the corner, and then you got Cornette in the dunker spot. So Sengun as he steps up, and as Van Vliet steps over, now there's two avenues that Jayson Tatum can throw it into. He's a very improved playmaker, and you see there as Sengun steps up, he's just going to drop it off for the dunk, and that's what makes this Celtics offense go. Jayson Tatum is such an underrated playmaker, and this isn't the last play we will see of that today. And early on, it looked like Jrue Holiday was going to go for 100. Driving kick right here from Peyton Pritchard. Easy three ball. Then he's going to get into his bag a little bit. And the luxury that the Celtics have, this is their fifth option. Sometimes sixth option, depending on how well Peyton Pritchard is playing. And he's doing stuff like that. But Jrue Holiday, over his last 4 games, has been playing much better basketball as of late. 13.8 points per game over those 4 games. To go with 4 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 2.3 steals in 31 minutes a night. And he's doing that on 55% shooting from the field and 50% from 3 on 5.5 attempts, which is much better than the rate he's been shooting it at this year so far. And that's been a strategy for some teams, is to let Jrue beat them. And last night, Jrue beat the Rockets. That's an incredibly tough shot. And then here we are again, right? We got Jrue Holiday setting the screen for Tatum. Jeff Green, he's pretty old, probably a mismatch, but the even bigger mismatch is this right here. Sengun trying to stay in front of Jayson Tatum as he gets downhill to the right. You're just going to watch Dillon Brooks step up. Derek White's going to fade down here into the corner. Jalen Green's going to go with him, and that's going to leave Luke Cornette once again wide open in the dunker spot, because you can get Jayson Tatum the ball going downhill against a slow-footed big in Sengun, and then Sengun gets postered. And then Tatum tagged in. He took his turn now, killing him off the pick and roll. Sengun was playing drop coverage, and it got exposed all night long. 53% of Tatum's shots are three-pointers, and for a 6'9" wing, I don't know how much I like that, but hey, 38% of that 53% are off the dribble, and he's shooting 36% from 3 off the dribble. So he's having a very, very efficient season right here, especially off the dribble. You'll see it a lot in this game. When he's hitting his off the dribble threes, he is nearly unstoppable. Then they go back inside to Jrue. Now they get Peyton Pritchard going. There's so many guys on the Celtics team that can just kill you. That's why I think they're winning the chip this year. And that's Peyton Pritchard, the backup point guard, frying the best on-ball defender that the Rockets have. Now great screen there by Cornette. He's going to get into his little shoulder bump, and all Peyton Pritchard glaze is tolerated here. 15.6 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 3.4 assists, and 1 steal per game this year in 28 minutes a night. 48% shooting from the field, 43% from 3, 8.5 attempts there. Peyton Pritchard is that guy. Best backup point guard in the league. Don't at me. This right here is a really nice set by Joe Mazzulla, right? So now we got Derek White playing point guard. Jayson Tatum's on the bench. You got Pritchard in this corner, elite three-point shooter. Jrue Holiday, who we talked about earlier, has been shooting the cover off the ball lately. You got Kata and Porzingis, both your bigs here at the elbow extended a little higher, setting a screen, right? This is what we call horns action. So he's going to come off the first screen. Whatever screen he comes off of, that guy's going to roll, and the other post is going to pop. So he's probably predetermined to come off this Kata screen so that Porzingis can pop, right? So it takes Whitmore with him. Jeff Green now has to stay. He kind of has to play both, but he has to respect. He's got to hope that his help comes from this side, even if it does, and now you can skip it to Pritchard. This is a really tough action to stop. The Rockets really mess up here because Şengün and Cam Whitmore don't discuss it, and they leave modern-day Klay Thompson wide open. Bang. With that being said, if you've made it this far in the video, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, a large majority of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. If that is you, go ahead and fix that right now. Also, go ahead and check out our football channel as well. It's basically the NFL version of this channel. With that being said, let's get back to watching the Celtics tear apart the Rockets. Peyton Pritchard, oh my goodness, toughest white boy in the league right now. And then on top of everything they have, Kristaps just trailing it, hitting trailer threes is ridiculous. Little dump off there to Nehemias Queta. They just come at you in waves, and one thing you can't do is give up second chance points. That's what they do right there. Derek White makes you pay. Now we're going to get out in transition, find Tatum for the easy dunk, and he's going to do a chin-up. This was ridiculous, right? Step back against Şengün, money. If Tatum's hitting that shot, go ahead. Whew, it's probably going to be over. You need him to have an off night to beat the Celtics in the first place, and if he's hitting that, it's not going to happen. Here he is one more time. Şengün in drop coverage getting exposed. Now, after all that's happened, the Rockets once again don't get matched up correctly. So they got a small guarding Porzingis and a big guarding Jrue Holiday. So we're going to get right back into this pick and roll action, getting Cam Whitmore, the better perimeter defender, off of Tatum, and getting Şengün now on to Tatum. And as this happens, right, Şengün has been playing drop coverage back here, right? And then Tatum's hit 2 threes in his mouth the last 2 possessions. So now he's going to get up more. Now he's going to hedge a little bit and then recover back to Jrue Holiday. What does Jayson Tatum do? He splits this screen beautifully and gets right downhill. Now it is a 4-on-3. Jalen Green steps in. This probably could have been a kick right here to Derek White for the easy 3 ball with 8 seconds left. But instead, he's going to Euro for the dunk. Much more high percentage. But yeah, Jayson Tatum, he's that guy. Here he is again, ISO'd up against Jalen Green. Going to get in the lane, little Euro step, dropping it off to Kornet for the bucket. Derek White now driving. They got 4 guys that can dribble penetrate, and then they got Kornet and Porzingis as the lob threats. Wherever the mismatch is, once again right here, Şengün, and he's getting frustrated. You can tell. But Derek White, tween, pull-up jumper, money. And then Jayson Tatum's going to drop Cam Whitmore and hit the 3 ball. That is tough right there. Swinging around once again. Porzingis in his spot. That trailer 3 from the top of the key is tough to stop because you got to worry about everything else. And then they swing it around and he's going to knock that down. It's disheartening as an opponent to watch that happen. And once again, second chance points. Finding Derek White off the offensive rebound. That's where he makes a lot of money right there, is hitting those shots. And then he's even going to drive in. Show you a little bit of the point guard in him. And Tatum, once Tatum gets to the middle of the floor right here, it is wraps. Go ahead and take the ball out of bounds. But yeah, at this point, the Rockets, they were cooked and they knew it. Tatum getting to the rim right there. And then one more time in ISO here against Jalen Green, finds Pritchard. And yeah, that's pretty much how they exposed the #1 defense in the NBA. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit the subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. We're looking for about 300 likes on today's video. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.